Good afternoon, everyone. This is Mary Elizabeth with Sacred Love Tarot, and this is your Angel Messages of Love for today, Saturday, December the 10th, 2022. Let's see what our message for today is, shall we? Thank you all for turning up and tuning in. If you're watching this on TikTok, please head over to my YouTube channel and subscribe. That is in the... Oh, look at that. It is in the bio above. If you're watching this from Facebook, oh, look at this. Please head over to my YouTube channel and subscribe. You guys have choices to make when it comes to removing yourself from a particular situation that isn't conducive to your happiness or your growth or your movement. Right? And it's going to take a lot of courage and strength for you to decide to make these decisions. And here's the thing that I want to talk about, the cautionary tale, right? Sometimes when making decisions on leaving something behind that isn't conducive to our happiness and growth or our progress or our emotional state or our spiritual state or our physical state or whatever the case may be, change and being out on one's own is very difficult to handle. It can trigger feelings of insecurities and doubt and depression and separation and loss. However, the decision to leave a situation like this, especially if it isn't conducive to your happiness and growth, it's a huge decision to make. I had to make this decision a few times, more times than I care to count in my life. And it's always been a very difficult decision to make. And I've always had to tap into my divine strength and courage, but it's always been the best decision I've ever made. Even though I had to go through the hard times, even though I had to struggle, even though it was a struggle emotionally and financially and spiritually and physically. I mean, when you are trapped in a relationship that is abusive in whatever way, it's very difficult to remove yourself from that situation because that person has probably already put you in a headspace of you need them. If you're trying to remove yourself from a work situation, you probably have people around you that are trying to make you feel guilty, right? Look at all of the things that I have allowed or helped you do, and now you want to depart, blah, blah, blah. If it's moving from a different state or moving to a different place away from your family and friends and all of that, again, it's very scary to take that step and to be on one's own, especially if the people that you're moving away from has been your rock, your solidarity, your coping, helping you cope, have been your coping mechanisms, sure, and especially if they have enabled you to not live your best life or be who you truly are as an individual or express your individuality or right? If they have always been the one that you go to when you have troubles or problems, if they've always been the one, that has always been there to clean up your mess or to fix things, then it's very difficult to make the decision to leave or separate from that line of that lifeline. So regardless if it's a work environment or if it's a relationship or if it's you getting out there on your own, and regardless of whatever that is, this is going to be, and most likely will be, a very emotional time for you. But please know and recognize that you have the strength and the courage to do this. I mean, even though it may not feel like it, even though you may be going through anxiety and stress just thinking about it, the best decisions that I have ever made in my life were the hardest decisions to make. Decisions to make. And when I was out there on my own, away from the chaos, and when I had to be out there on my own and making the decisions that I felt were right for me, as opposed to the decisions that everyone else thought was right for me. It felt good when those decisions or choices that I had to make benefited me, knowing that I was the one that made them. Right? I was the one that made the choice to take this job. I was the one that made the choice to move here. I was the one that made the choice to be my true authentic self. I was the one that made the choice to step out of a relationship or a partnership or a job opportunity that wasn't conducive to my growth or my happiness or my abundance or my balance or my foundation, right? I made those decisions, and I can be happy and proud with myself regardless of the direction of what these choices or decisions go, because I made them myself. I stepped into my courage and strength. I didn't allow anyone to bully me to stay. I didn't allow anyone to manipulate me into staying. I stopped listening to those voices that said, you need me. I stopped listening to those voices that said I was the only one that would love you. I stopped listening to those voices that said, without me, you'll be nothing. I stopped listening to those voices that said, I gave you this foundation to build off of, and now you're departing or you're abandoning me. I stopped listening to all that because I don't need anybody to make me feel guilty for their own happiness while they're depriving me of mine. Right? So there's some huge decisions that need to be made here, huge choices that need to be made. And either you're choosing for you or you're choosing for them. Right? Choose you and find something that you're passionate about. Choose you and find a direction that you're passionate about. And will it be scary? Yeah. And will you have to find the strength and the courage to do so? Yeah. But once you recognize that you're worth what the outcome of this is, which will be you being in a position of great happiness and joy and abundance and everything that comes with being free to just express yourself and being free to just choose you, you'll understand that this decision to leave is the best fucking decision you'll ever make. Period. All right. Know that you're divinely guided in love, my darlings. Until next time.